Is theology only for pastors? Most of us are probably just members of the church. We come to church every Sunday and the scripture is explained to us by a pastor. We gain knowledge, we gain faith, and we grew in our understanding. But is theology just a pastor's job? First, what is theology exactly? The simple meaning would be the study of God, the Bible, histories, and theories. By the definition, all of us can actually be called students of theology already, as we study God at church every Sunday. Now, in Matthew 22, believers are called to love God with all their mind. Apostle Paul said in Ephesians 4 that every believer should pursue the knowledge of the Son of God, mature manhood, and fullness of Christ to avoid false and deceitful teachings. In general, these passages call us to approach God academically, as it is essential to our growth. Okay, but how is this a calling to pursue theology? Whether we realize it or not, all of us are actually theologians in some way, as we must have a view on God. The right question to ask should be, are we going to be good theologians or bad ones? To love God with all our mind does not mean all Christians must go to school of theology, but it does mean that we should actively study God. The pastors and church leaders are a big help, but 2 hours a week might not be enough to achieve spiritual maturity. If defined as the study of God, it is definitely an obligation of a Christian. It does not have to be formal education. Every effort in studying the Bible and its history will not just add information to our head, but it will rather open our eyes, reveal the ways of God, and even change our lives. After all, as disciples of Christ, we are essentially students of the greatest teacher ever.